Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 2020 full moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification. Now before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling centered, feeling calmed. Let's see what the tarot has to say before we delve into everything this moon has to offer, to have all laid out here for you. How will Scorpio be affected by the August 2020 full moon? How will Scorpio be affected by the August 2020 full moon? How will Scorpio be affected by the August 2020 full moon? How will Scorpio be affected by the August 2020 full moon? Angels, oh goodness. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels. We go retrieve this card. Fantastic. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, so had here these three, so we're going to leave these two up here that are the two extras that Spirit wants you to see. Now the left-hand side is your inner self. Then we have your heart, and we have your personal self. No, your public self. There we go. I was like, no, that's wrong. Your public self coming forward. And this is how the moon is going to affect you in each of these arenas. So we're starting here with the Knight of Swords. Then we have the Tower, the Six of Pentacles, and the Sun. If you ever want to see the Tower anywhere, which I don't think it is a bad card at all, but seeing it followed relatively quickly by the Sun is a definite good thing. Then we have the King of Swords. Knights defend and also work for a king, so that is absolutely beautiful. We have the Nine of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Oh, that's an intense heart. That is an intense heart. King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The King of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right there, as with the Knight of Swords. Then we have the Magician, another absolutely beautiful card. The Strength card, again, gorgeous, and the Emperor. So your public arena is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Your personal arena is intense, but you still come out absolutely on top emotionally. This is going to be a very intense moon for you. Right? And your two extra cards were the Eight of Cups and the Fool. So that is really quite beautiful, really quite powerful for you. And I like that combination. I like the ending. You definitely need an ending because something that you loved, it just isn't working anymore. It's just, no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, it's just not the right fit. It's like trying to shove your feet into a pair of shoes that's just too small. It hurts. And that's what your heart is doing. It hurts. It hurts at times. And you're worried. You're worried that the heartbreaks, the pains, the disappointments, they'll just keep on coming. They'll just, kind of, it'll never stop. There'll never be an ending. And you're also worried about vampiric energy, people siphoning away your energy, your power, your commitment to your happiness. And enough is enough. You're done with that. You really are. You see the sun, you see this beauty coming in, and you're done with this vampiric energy. You're also guarding, what's important to you. And then you are the ruler of your destiny. You have this power, this determination, this focus. Now, this moon is called the Rebel Moon. The full moon is on the 3rd of August. It is you breaking out of ruts. It's you embracing your true self. It's you trying things differently, moving forward. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. And this is personal freedom and individuality. Really become at the forefront of yourself. Now, the thing with you, Scorpio, is you're very much an individual. People have a hard time kind of pinning things down. They'll think of you one way when you're really another. Or, that's a lot of the times they'll sit there and go, oh, I know the real Scorpio, it's this. And you'll look at them and be like, wow, you couldn't be further from the truth if you tried. There are very few people who truly understand the depth and the power of your emotional self and the power of your heart and your soul. So here, you have a very strong connection to this Aquarius full moon with the King of Swords, with the Knight of Swords, very strong connection to air sign energy, and that does lead to the full moon in Aquarius. So this is going to be very, very, very influential for you. This is show the world the real you. Now, why this will actually be a little bit difficult for you, because at times you don't show, it could be said, and it has been said, that Scorpio doesn't show the real them to anyone. And I don't think that's true. I think that's rather silly. You do show the real you to people. They just have to earn it. And so here, when you're asked to show the world the real you, you'll show them bits, you'll show them pieces. But this is the rebel moon. This is the moon where you want to be rebellious, almost for the sake of being rebellious. You want to be, you want to break with traditions, almost for the sake of breaking with traditions. The fact of the matter is here, you cannot, and I repeat this, you cannot break with your traditions, and you cannot be a rebel to yourself. You have to stay true to you here, Scorpio, or else you're going to feel like this is a time that just breaks your heart. It breaks your heart time and time again if you do not stay true to the true you and letting glimpses of your true self show to the world. Because the thing of the matter is that it's private. And I know this world is all about making everything public all the time so that everybody knows every little detail. But it's so funny because reality shows are so highly edited. Nobody shows the real them. Pictures are edited. We have instantaneous access to everything. But everything we see is edited. And so here, this is you unedited. This is you raw and real. And that is not something to be tossed around lightly at all. Nor is it something that you want to. Because you are embracing the true you. And you're showing the world the real you. But you're being real with yourself. And as you do so, you're embracing your divine power. Because the full moon tells us to surrender to the divine. And as we surrender to the divine, power comes in us. Because you are embracing the God's head within. You're embracing that power, that majesty, that influence, that glory of self. What is that song? Something for nothing and the kicks for free? It's like, no. It's worth a lot more than people realize. Their souls and themselves. This moves you to August 18th, which will be, on the 18th of August is the new moon in Leo. And this says confidence is key. And you're going to see that, and you already know that. Confidence is key. It is key to your success. It is key to your bounty. It is key to the way that you move forward. It's key to where it is that you want to be within your life. Confidence is key. And with a heart okay, as intense as yours at this time. It could feel like confidence is something very hard to find, but it isn't necessarily going to be. Yeah, because you're going to see that as you call balance into your life, and as you look at the pains, the heartbreaks, the disappointments that you have been through, it calls on a strength of character, a strength of self that is absolutely profound. And as this strength comes in, this confidence comes too. Because you're looking at everything that you have been through, everything that you have overcome. And it's like, no, I'm no longer going to think of myself as something less than, something not wanted. Because this confidence being key to yourself and it coming in around the 18th of August, it brings beginnings. And you know when you start it's coming. You know there's more out there than what had originally met the eyes. And that is something very powerful, very beautiful for you. You're walking through a portal, you're walking into, a path out of silent hibernation, out of, Spirit is saying desolation, but winter doesn't always bring desolation with it. It's out of a silent hibernation to a power, and it links you with the portal of the Eight of Cups. It does. It links you to a power of yourself moving forward in a way that is really quite profound. And it also links you to the portal of, I knew there was another one, the Six of Pentacles, where you are walking into a new world, one of balance, one of a little bit more order that is very nice for you. I mean, it isn't going to come if you just sit there and go, oh, well, that would be nice. It's going to come through dedication, through making clear boundaries, through embracing what is right for you. And this will then lead you into September 2nd, which is the full moon in Pisces. Now, a water sign does sing to a water sign quite profoundly. And you're going to find that this time really does call to you. It calls you to have here the balance of spirituality with practicality, to what you want on this earthly plane, to what you need within your heart and your soul, to make these kind of big decisions. And it's decisions of personal happiness, personal prosperity, personal desire. And as you do this, you are really embracing the spirit animals of August. The spirit animals of August are the salmon spirit and the cougar spirit, which unfortunately I have neither of them in my deck, but standing in quite nicely is the nightingale spirit and the panther. The nightingale spirit stands for the salmon, and the salmon is about rebirth. It's about moving forward. It's about happiness and eternal life. It's about embracing femininity. You're going to find that femininity is very important to you during this time. Just this softness, this elegance, this beauty. It's going to be important. And I just keep on seeing the form, like the sketch outline of a woman, okay? So it's kind of like softer lines. That's what you're going to be drawn to. Softer things, softer lines. Whereas with the men, you would draw it with more kind of sharper lines. And so here, you're drawn to the softer lines. It does not matter your gender, how you identify yourself, or what you're attracted to, who you're attracted to. It does not matter at all. It matters that you're going to be drawn to the softer. And that's going to be, I see that as being highly powerful for you. This moves you with the salmon spirit to a life surrounded by love. And for you, Scorpio, that's what you want. You want a life surrounded by love. And as this life surrounds you, as love surrounds you, as it becomes a part of you, you're going to see that you don't want to fill yourself with people and things that you do not love. It's kind of like the art of folding, which I totally forget the person who wrote that. But it's like, say, do I love it? And if you don't, let it go. And you're seeing that with life. You're seeing that with life and existence. Like, do I love it? And if I don't, let it go. Let yourself be free. And then the cougar spirit talks of leadership. It talks of taking charge of life. And that's what the cougar brings to us. Leadership of self, a taking charge of your existence. And the panther spirit says it quite nicely. Reclaim your power. Know your truth. And so love and reclaiming your power, are the guiding aspects of the spirit animals for August. And this then moves you to September. And September's spirit animals are the bear and the owl, which I do have in my decks. The bear spirit says, take time out. Take time out to connect to what's important to you. Take time out to be larger than life. because this is dominion over your world and over your life. This is having authority with yourself. It's also exuding authority. And this is protection and commitment, especially to those who are smaller than you, those who are weaker, those who need your aid. This is very mama bear energy, and you're really connected to the seeds that you have planted over your heart. This then moves us to the owl spirit, deep connection to wisdom. It's sharp vision and keen observational skills. It's insight and it's intuition. And here it says, you see clearly now. You see clearly because you are seeing beyond the masks that people wear. This is highly connected to the High Priestess this time in September. Okay, you're going to be seeing things so much more honestly, truthfully, powerfully. And Scorpio, you already have a tendency to see beyond people's masks, to look at them and go, oh yeah, that's what you're saying, but that's not what you mean. And so here you're looking at that power of yourself. You're looking at that power of your truth. And you are going to really be utilizing it. It will be a lot because the High Priestess, as beautiful as she is, can also be heartbreaking because you see beyond the masks. And this world is based off of masks. It's based off of the way that we present ourselves, how we want people to perceive us. And that's just not the case for this time. It's not the case for August. It will not be the case for September, most definitely. You are seeing things and you are showing the world who you are. And you're seeing yourself as a defender of knowledge, power, understanding. Personally, you are cutting through doubts and fears. You are moving forward, and there's a speed, almost a recklessness with the way that you say, okay, I need this to come forward. I need this to come out. And it's not bad and it's not reckless, all right? It is necessary. Usually with the Knight of Swords, I say, take your time, step back. Don't just kind of run off half-cocked because then the gun blows up in your face, right? And that's historically what would happen if you went off back in like the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and the gun wasn't, you didn't pull back the trigger all the way. The gun would just blow up. And that's how many a soldier lost their life. So here, it's like, no, you're not going into things hastily. You've actually been thinking about things a lot, looking at things. You're moving forward because that's how you face the Tower time. You face it kind of with this. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, so Aquarius is also linked to the Celtic goddess Bridget. And she is the goddess of poetry and storytelling and music, all the arts. All right? And I'm just seeing that Celtic aspect of charging down the hill, charging into battle, screaming and going. And I almost feel as if, not almost, I feel as if that's how you're moving forward because there's a change that you're embracing that you don't really want. It's kind of like you're sitting there and you're like, I could change this, but I don't really want to. But divinity is like, ready or not, here it comes. It's going to come at you. It's going to come for you. And it's just going to be intense. And the Tower time is a change that divinity says you're ready for. It's time. And so it's taking a stagnation. It's taking a rigidity and it's shattering it because it's time for it to be released. It just is. And as you move forward as the Knight of Swords, as you move forward as this guiding force of power and intuition and knowledge and understanding, and yes, sometimes seeming a bit like, unprepared to those around you, but your stuff. You see this Tower time and you say, I can handle this because you can, because it's moving you forward and it's moving you forward in such a profound way that it balances things. It's like, I can balance this. And now the Six of Pentacles for me is people having their hands out. Hands out, hands out, hands out. And we see this here. It's like, please, I need this. Please, I need this. And you give, and you give, and you give. You need this balanced. You cannot give and give and give without anybody giving back to you. And so here with the Six of Pentacles, it's saying things need to be balanced. The give and the take needs to be balanced. It's part of this Tower time. It's part of things changing. The balance gets called in. The transformation comes forward. And as the power comes in, right, as you claim this power, as transformation comes, as balance is seen, personally, you enter into a sun time. And it's very funny because personally you enter into a sun time. You have such blessings publicly, but your heart is heavy. Your heart is going through an intense transformation. It's intensely blessed. It really is. There's this beautiful conversation between your heart and your mind. And people see you here as the sun. People see you as, having the happiest card in the whole entire deck on your side. They see you as intensely blessed, intensely powerful, absolutely charismatic. You have a way with things during this time that is beautiful. It really is. Let it shine. And remember what the moon is. The moon is a reflection of the sun's light. So as you have this moon coming forward, as you have this light coming forward into your life, and here it is the cooling, soothing rays of the moon. It is a reflection of the power of the sun. So at night, you still shine brightly with what the sun has to offer you, with what these blessings have to offer you. And as you're moving forward in these blessings, in this knowledge, in this understanding of truth and prosperity, and as you're moving forward saying, this is me, this is what I want for my life, this is what I love for my life, this is what I work for, this is what I desire, your heart has this open conversation between your mind and itself. I believe quite fully that we are emotional beings. As emotional beings, okay, we need to connect with our hearts. We just do. Because if we let emotions run rampant, emotions can take over and things do not become the least bit rational. They can become very chaotic. But if we let everything become too ordered by the mind, it becomes too rational. It becomes too ordered. It loses its beauty. It just does. And so the King of Swords is a ruler. The King of Swords is the warrior king. All right? And so you have been through the mill when it comes to your heart. But also that connection with your heart and your mind, you've earned it. So often we don't go through life with that connection. We have one ruling or the other. And yes, you will be able to tell, oh, this person is ruled by their heart. This person is ruled by their mind. But they can have that open conversation. They can let so much more into life, into existence. The King of Swords cuts through the doubts and the fears that we have. The King of Swords rules. He rules with power. He rules with intuition. He rules with knowledge. He rules with observation. Okay? He looks at things. He assesses situations. He sees things that other people do not, and he strikes. So the King of Swords can be not the most tactful of kings. That's why you need the heart to come into it. And with the king crowning the heart, the King of Swords crowning the heart, that is a powerful place to be. That is a power that you have. It's almost going to be like a superpower. Now, can you be a bit blunt during this time? Yes, you can. Do you need to apologize? You might feel like you do, but you don't really have to. Know your mind and know yourself. Move forward in this truth. The Nine of Swords are doubts and fears and apprehensions. It's what keeps us up at night. You might find that you might not even know that you're worried. But when it's time to go to sleep and it's time to let yourself rest and it's time to rejuvenate the body, you're watching TV. You're scrolling through YouTube. You're, sitting there and planning out something that needs to be done. But it could be done later. This is doubts. This is fears. And you have doubts and fears from the mind that weigh heavily on the heart. How do I move forward? It's about this tower time. It's about things falling apart. And I mean, if we have not been through a tower time globally, then I don't know what we have been through. This is doubts and fears and apprehensions. This is worries. This is not feeling in control. Which in one hand is completely understandable. But this is also personally, when you have this power coming in, there's almost a sense of, am I even worthy of it? When you have the power of the King of Swords crowning you, moving forward with you, guiding your heart, your soul, yourself, there's a sense of, am I worthy of it? Do I even earn that? Have I even earned this? Do I even know what I'm doing? The answer is yes. Yes, you do know what you're doing. Here's the thing with doubts and fears and anxiety. We are programmed within our minds to be afraid. We are. And to be cautious and for things to get us to be scared and to find things overwhelming. We are. We're programmed. Because back when we were hunter-gatherers, if you went that way and you saw bear tracks and you went that way and you got eaten by the bear, okay, that was bad. Your line did not continue. If you ate the berries that got the other person sick, but you were like, they just probably weren't tough enough. I'm going to eat these berries. I'll be fine. and you got sick and died painfully, your line didn't carry on. And so with this, we're designed to be cautious. We're designed to be afraid of things that we don't know. But in our modern world, where we're not out hunting bears and we're not gathering berries on a regular or if at all basis, it manifests itself in different ways. Things that are very important to us, social standing, the way we are perceived, things like that can become anxiety-riddled and anxiety-ridden. And with the Nine of Swords, it's looking at things. There's especially a sense of going over your words over and over again. And oh my gosh, believe me, I know what this is like. And saying, did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? It's a time to sit there and say, I did what I was supposed to do in that moment. In that moment, divinity wanted things to go this way. Now, whether I agree with it or not is not up to me. But it is time for me to move forward in my truth and in my power, in my understanding. And for the fear as the change comes in, to not let it hold me back and not let it define me. As I'm looking at this card, I almost see a white peacock. Something rarely beautiful is coming forward for you. We have the Three of Swords. This is where the doubts and the fears come in. If you hadn't failed, if things hadn't hurt, if it hadn't been overwhelming, there would be no fear. But the Three of Swords comes, and it comes to everyone. It's hurt, it's pains, and it's disappointments. It's heartbreaks and despairs. It's feeling lost in the world. It's having those heartbreaks be so close to us that it's almost like they're a part of us. And with the Three of Swords, it shows that these heartbreaks come up. And you can find them being in the forefront of your mind, things that you might not have thought about for quite some time. They come up, and it's hurtful, and it's painful, and it makes you cry, and you're sitting there, and I just feel this weight upon your heart chakra. And you're just sitting there, and you're like, why? Why does this have to happen? Why did I have to be hurt this way? And you're looking it dead in the eye. And you're being freed from it. Now, either you talk to somebody professionally or you connect with a friend or something like that. It's somebody detached from the situation. Right? I would say professional. It could be, you write this down in your angel journal and you work things out that way. You have this free form of consciousness on the page. And you're looking at this heartbreak. You're looking at this pain. You're looking at this disappointment. And it's like, no, I will not be defined by this anymore. And I like how the 3 goes into the 4. And you have the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is the sigh. It is vampiric energy. It is feeling drained and overwhelmed and overstretched. And it's those people in your life that have leached on. And you might not even know these people. These could be people that you talk to briefly and they just drain your energy, just take away your power. And it's like no more. So your heart is going through a revolution. This is a rebellion of your heart, of heartbreak and pain and disappointment. This is a power to your truth. And this is saying, I'm going to guard my wealth and my power. I'm going to move forward in what I desire. I will not be held back. I will not be defined by fear and disappointment and pain and hurt anymore. And I will not let these people have a hold into my life. It's just not going to happen. And I would visualize, this golden light around you and this angel carrying a flaming sword and cutting through that light, cutting through all corruption that is around you, all hurt and all pain and all disappointment. And as he cuts through that golden light, he also cuts through the corruption within it. And so for a moment, just picture nothing around you. You might say, Dane, the light of the universe is gone. What is there? Silence and peace. And then the light comes back. Faster than your heart can beat, faster than you can blink, faster than you can inhale. And now it's pure It's uncorrupted. Will it need to be done again? Yes, it will. Because life corrodes, it corrupts. But as you move forward and as you claim your energy power, as you claim your truth, you can manage it and rise above other people's hurts, pains, and disappointments, other people's negativity, other people's desires, for something that they don't know how to have. And you rise towards your truth and your power. This then leads you to the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Prosperity, success. You have 2 kings in a row. This is power. This is the planner king. This is the king that looks at things and says, okay, the rain fell this much here. It'll affect this crop there. It'll affect crops. It'll affect sales. It'll affect this. It'll affect that. And just sees this whole intricate, big picture to do with prosperity, to do with the seeds that are planted and the way people thrive. And that's what you're looking at here. This is the analyzing king. But every time I look at him, I'm just like, this is also the farmer king. One might say it's George. Haha. Because George means former. I'm sorry. But this is a sense of looking at things and saying, I see so much more. I see so much more power, so much more understanding than I could ever have seen before. And I'm ruling this. Now, kings are more stationary than queens. Think of it as chess. Kings have to stay in one place. Queens do not. They get to roam. They get to be. So there is a bit of frustration, but there is also a planting power to you. You're definitely going to feel that in the public arena, because after you have a court card and a powerful king court card, you then move to the magician, the strength card, and the emperor. Right? The magician, you have the tower, you have the 9 of swords, and the magician is like, you don't see your magic. You don't see it. There's something exquisite about you. Embrace it. There's a magic to you. Think of this as alchemy. And when we think of alchemy, we think of turning lead into gold, right? And we think of how absurd. But if you think of that personally and spiritually, everybody starts off then as lead. And you take a metal that is not as worth it as gold is. Gold takes your breath away. Gold has toppled kingdoms, right? And made kingdoms. And here, it's turning yourself into something priceless. And it's using the 4 elements. It's using your power. It's using your prosperity. It's using your bounty. And as it comes forward, you're embracing it. You're embracing this magic to transform. It's connection with the God's head. It's knowing what you desire. It's looking at a greater truth. And the tower has made you doubt. And the tower has changed and brought up issues. And it made you see power that you never would have seen before. You never would have walked into. And it leads you to strength. After heartbreak, after having to balance the scales, you step into strength. This is a Leo energy. Okay, strong connection to the full moon on the 18th of August. Leo is a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. This is power, force, truth. This is greatness coming to you, being called to you. This is something more. And you are embracing something more. And as you do so, you're embracing yourself. You're going to see that things start to align. You're going to see that beauty gets understood. You're going to see that strength, personal strength, comes forward. It comes forward through what you desire within your life. And it is the strength not of brute force that's actually going to be rather repelling to you, kind of being a bit of a bully or a brute. You are going to find that this is the force of the power of self and will. This is the force of the heart. This is the force of emotions and connections and friendships and loyalty. And that means everything. Then we have the Emperor. The Emperor is an Aries energy, March 21st to April 19th. The Emperor, represented by Aries, god of war. This is knowing what you desire. The Emperor stands for all four of the King cards. There's power to him, there's force, there's stubbornness, there's will. There can be a tyrannicalness, yes, but there can also be a benevolence. You choose. Because as you're moving forward, you have the sun shining on you, but you have people who have this vampiric energy connected to your heart, who can stifle away the sun that shines. Here, it is the power to fight against them. It is the power to rise into your truth, into your benevolence, into your understanding, and to say, this is me. I will not be held back. I will not be kept silent. This is who I am. It is knowing your truth with determination of self and destination of soul, meaning your soul knows where it wants to go and who you want to be. And as this power comes of the Emperor energy, the Aries energy, you're walking away from something you once thought you would love. You are. It's like enough is enough. It's over. It's done. I'm walking away. And it can be heartbreaking, yes. But the thing is, Scorpio, your heart has already been broken. It's not that it's heartbreaking. It's that it's sad. And yes, that can be heartbreaking at times. But it can be that it's sad that the chapter ended. It's sad that the chapter was written that way. It's sad that it didn't turn out the way that one hoped it would. But it turned out the way divinity wanted it to. There is a greater power here. A greater force. A greater being. With the Fool, you are seeing things so differently. And at times you think, oh my gosh, I'm such a fool. And you'll say that to yourself during this time, I'm such a fool, but the fact of the matter is you aren't. You're starting your hero's journey. You're moving towards your goal. And every single time, you are the rebel for you. You see your heart, you see your soul, you see yourself, and say, I am somebody worth fighting for. That is intense. And that is beautiful. That is something that most people do not see. You're crowned by love. You're surrounded by love as you walk towards your goals and your understandings. And as you do so, you see things so much more clearly. Seriously, it does feel like a hero's journey. But you see, the thing with heroes is that everybody laughs before they win. Just like creators and entrepreneurs and inventors. It's like, oh, that's ridiculous, before it is a win. Don't give up on yourself. There's a saying, and my mother always loved saying it. What if you walked away right before you found success? What if you gave up on you right before the door started to open? Now, it does not mean that you don't try different things. It doesn't mean if the door is locked, you don't, try the window or anything like that. You have to utilize your skills. You have to think outside of the box. Just because everybody goes a certain way, go a different way. Try a different thing. Play to your strengths. Look at yourself. Be brutally honest, but not mean. And see how to walk. See how to walk forward. See what you want and claim it. Let's see the people who aid you during this time. Who are the people that aid Scorpio during the August 2020 full moon? Who are the people that aid Scorpio during the August 2020 full moon? Who are the people that aid Scorpio? Okay. We have Sagittarius energy, Virgo energy, and Taurus energy. Personally, as you walk forward, there's a Sagittarius energy around you. This is a time frame November 22nd to December 21st. Now, Note with these energies, this can be a Sagittarius, a Virgo, and a Taurus that you never meet. You could be inspired by their work some way, one way, especially since you're so drawn to the arts. This could also be a very prevalent sign within their chart that they may not know about and you won't know about. So here, this is saying Spirit is saying don't just classify it by sun signs, all right? This could also be in their Vedic astrology, all right? There could be a myriad of different ways that this comes forward. But the Sagittarius energy is somebody who's very communicative, okay? But also very kind of research-oriented, looking at things. It's also going to be somebody very, very spiritual. But there's an energy here where you have that energy coming forward. And you have that with the Hermit too, somebody who's very spiritual, but very much likes to be left alone. And that's going to be kind of a theme. Yeah, that's going to be a theme with the people who are coming in. Because Sagittarius energy is represented by Temperance in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Then we have the Hermit. Then we have the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. All of these are very singular people. Yes, the Hierophant represented by the Pope in the imagery, is the Pope in the imagery, is surrounded by people, but also very secular, very, very standalone from everybody else. And so there is a sense that these people aren't going to be as warm and cuddly as you would like. The Hermit is turning inward. The Hermit is looking at things very, very differently, right? And guided by a light of truth, a light of power. But you need the quiet. You need the connection of heart and soul and self. You do. And this is going to be a person here who sees that, who also connects with things that way, connects with truth and power, right? Who speaks to your heart, because your heart needs to heal, and it needs to heal in solitude and comfort of itself. And then we have the High Priest, the Hierophant. This is a Taurus energy. Time frame is April 20th to May 20th. And I don't know if I said the Virgo time frame, but this is August 23rd to September 22nd. And here, with the Hierophant, there is a need to follow truth. Your truth. This is saying be true to yourself. It does not matter what everybody else says and what everybody else is doing. Be true to you. And let that power guide you. Let that power move you. And embrace it. Embrace it as part of your soul and yourself. This is somebody who... It can very well be this King of Pentacles. Somebody who is very... I see it as kind of hands-on, works on things, figures things out. I see them with their hands in soil, like planting, growing, understanding. There is a sense here of them saying, how do you really feel about this? What is your truth? How do your emotions move you forward? What is it that you desire? And it brings out the truth. This person sees the real you a little bit more clearly than at times you do. Let's see what Luna has to say. How does the moon affect Scorpio, August 2020? How does the August 2020 full moon affect Scorpio? How does the August 2020 full moon affect Scorpio? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. No, actually. How does the August 2020 full moon affect Scorpio? How does the August 2020 full moon affect Scorpio? Ooh, okay. How does the August 2020 full moon affect Scorpio? How does the August 2020 full moon affect Scorpio? fear, growth, attraction. Boundaries. Your commitment is being tested. Work through your fears. You have the new moon in Scorpio right here. Adjustments are required. You and your loved ones are safe. Luck is on your side. So it works out really, really nicely. But there's a huge link here to fear, to doubts, to second-guessing yourself, to not feeling good enough. And I mean, isn't that the mantra of so many of us? It's like feeling inadequate, looking at ourselves and saying, well, that's nice, but you could always do better. You could always strive more. Push and push and push. And there's a part of you, Scorpio, that's tired. It's like the fear has you caged, and there's such greatness to be accomplished that you don't want to be this person down here, afraid and alone. You want to be the greatness, guided by ravens or crows, both astoundingly smart birds, to move forward in your beauty. There's growth to be had because you are attracting to yourself what it is that you need, what it is that you are thinking about, what it is that you want. And if you are focused primarily on fear, it is more fear that you will get. Boundaries. Clear and defined boundaries are needed. Your commitment is being tested. Your commitment to what you want is being tested. Be hungry for it. Fight for it. Make it almost an obsession. Now, not in a creepy, stalkery way, but in a, this is what I want from life, and I'm going to get it. And I'm not going to be held back, and I'm not going to be kept back, and I will not be silenced. This is what I desire. And Divinity is saying, are you committed? And you are saying, hell yeah. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. It's true. The new moon, it shows you quite well during this time. The true you, a bit hidden. And you might say, Dane, I'm not hidden. No, you're not going to be as easy to understand as you might think you are. This is intense. This is powerful. Work through your fears. See them for what they are. Vampiric illusions to drain you of your power, your truth, and to keep you from your success. Don't let it win. Adjustments are required. Think outside of the box. Everybody looks at life and says, I'm going to go this way. Go the other way. If not just for the novelty of it, or to tick everybody else off. Be you. You're not going to fit into their box. Why would you want to? It's time to be boldly and bravely yourself. It's terrifying, believe me, I know. But embrace it. Embrace it and move forward in it. That truth, that power. You and your loved ones are safe. You're safe. What you care about is safe. It is bigger in your mind than it will be in reality. You are safe. Repeat that to yourself. I am safe. I am safe. Luck is on your side. You hit what you were aiming for. You are luckier than you believe. Luck is on your side. Your subconscious person message is you, Scorpio. The Death card represents you in the major arcana. You don't see things the same way as everybody else does. You are also the great equalizer. You bring a bit of sanity to this world, even though people don't always see it that way. You know what it is that you want. And this is a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. You are constantly transformed, constantly reborn, constantly empowered. The subconscious message from Luna, from the moon, is attraction. No, it's action. But I see it as also attraction. You're attracting the action into your life. It's time to act. It's time to fling your arms open and dance. It's time to be. It's time to go. That brings you to take time out to breathe. Breathe. Focus on your breath. Focus on yourself. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And keep that focus on your breath when things get hard. Breathe out the negativity. Breathe out the hardships. Breathe out the pain. Release it. Because it needs to release you. Your subconscious tarot message is the Ace of Wands. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing you a gift of passion, creativity, intuition, and power. Take it. Take it. This is the reason for getting out of bed in the morning. This is what you desire from life. Let it be a part of you. Let it guide you. Let this passion be yours. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Now let's end this reading with a little meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our own energy vibration, and a release of all unwanted emotions. Take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you.